Welcome back to the New York Giants franchise on Madden 25, guys. Hey, we are in our bye week, week 10, and our boys are sitting at 5-4 on the season. I honestly think they're playing a lot better than what I thought they were going to play coming into this season. In today's video, we're going to go over everything. We're going to start looking at the NFL draft. We're going to look at free agency. We're going to look at players that are ready to negotiate. But first, we need to look at some season stats. So let's start at QB. We selected Cam Ward, number 3 overall in last season's draft. And so far, he's had a rough go. I'm not going to hold you. 1,554 yards, 15 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, only 54 completion percentage. He's averaged about 173 yards per game. He's got a QBR of 83, and he's been sacked 26 times already. What we kind of realized with Cam coming into this season and during this season is a lot of stuff that we're not able to do with him just quite yet. We're not allowed. We haven't been able to kind of just let him loose. That could be offensive line. That could be traits. He comes in as a 78 overall, normal development. He's got a strong arm, 94 throw power. When everything is up, his morale is up. 82 deep accuracy, 79 medium, 83 short. He's got 83 under pressure, 83 awareness, 85 throw on a run. He just hasn't shown that like he can take a game over just quite yet. He's shown flashes, but nothing yet. But he does have some great weapons around him, especially in the backfield. We have realized that we've got 2 dynamic backs in the backfield, led by Tyrone Tracy, second year out of Purdue, 150 carries, 910 yards with 5 touchdowns. And then Ollie Gordon, we picked him up late in the draft last season, 126 carries, 621 yards, and 6 touchdowns. But then Cam using his legs 35 times, 287, 4 rushing touchdowns. We have a dynamic run game, and we have to utilize what we have. These 3 guys on the ground are hard to stop. And the offensive line, I'll say this, they're doing a great job at run blocking. It's just the pass blocking that's been a concern. And it's affecting our pass game, obviously. We've got Malik Neighbors coming off a stellar rookie season. His second year out of LSU, 41 grabs, 676 yards, 6 touchdowns. Still on the verge of hitting 1,000 yards. Still on the verge of getting 10 touchdowns. But he's just not getting the touches that he saw last year. We bring in Stephon Diggs. In the offseason, 26 grabs, 355, 3 touchdowns. Now, I honestly think he's playing way below what we're paying him. So he could be a candidate to be traded in the offseason. It's a lot of money that we're going to be paying him. The production just isn't there. Jalen Hyatt is third on his team, 16 grabs, 189 yards and a touchdown. He's coming off an injury, the third-year player out of Tennessee. Would love to see him get a few more touches, man. The speed is there, but the production's just not there. Theo Johnson, 13 grabs, 163 yards, 2 touchdowns at tight end. I think he's going to be tight end number 1 for us for a while. I love his ability to get open. He's 6'6", 264, solid speed too. I want to see, personally, Jaden Higgins take a bigger role with this offense at wide receiver. 6'4", 215, the rookie out of Iowa State. Again, another young player that we drafted. 8 catches, 77 yards, 2 touchdowns. I think with Jaden, we can start utilizing him a lot more in the red zone. I got to start putting in formation subs where, hey, this is the squad. This is the formation we want to use in the red zone. And Jaden would be a great fit for that. He's 6'4", big body wide receiver. But again, there aren't too many other weapons outside of that, right? If we're talking about trading Stephon Diggs in the offseason, where do we go? Who's coming in to make that to take over that role on the outside? Neighbors is a great slot guy. I think we keep Malik Neighbors in the slot, allow him to find openings and make plays. It's just on those outside receivers. When teams start realizing that Neighbors is our guy, they're going to double team him. Who's going to step up? Offensive line, I think right tackle is definitely a concern. We had Jermaine Illuminor come over. He's given up 5 sacks. Center, another concern for us, John Michael Schmitz Jr. It's his 3rd year out of Minnesota, and he just hasn't made that next step. I kind of like our guards right now with Isaiah Wynn and Evan Brown. They were kind of beat up earlier in the season, but now they're back healthy. And then at left tackle, we've got Andrew Thomas, who's going to be a rock for us. the entire time that he's in a Giants uniform. I don't see moving on from him, but I definitely do see at center making an upgrade and at right tackle making an upgrade. Isaiah Wynn is older. I believe he is in his 7th season, and then Evan Brown is in his 7th season as well. So those two are going to be up there in age, but they're still very good pieces on our offensive line. But I definitely think right tackle and center are going to be a concern. Defensively, Tyler Nubin leads the team with 77 tackles. Bobby Okereke is second with 68. Malachi Starks with 54. Drew Phillips has 49. Paulson Adebo with 45. Isaiah Simmons with 40. Then you got Brian Burns with 28. Dalen Everett, a rookie corner, with 26. Deontay Banks with 23. And Thibodeau with 22. DeForest Buckner comes over in a trade from the Colts. He's got 19 tackles. Dexter Lawrence with 18. And Michael McFadden has 18. So does Damon Clark. Defensively, a lot of questions, man. I'm going to be honest with y'all. We've got a really stacked defensive line. Thibodeau's at 79, Dexter Lawrence at 96, Buckner at 84, Burns at 87. But I feel like those 4 guys are playing below their ratings, right? When you look at our sack totals, Brian Burns has 8 sacks. That's great. Through 9 games, that's amazing. That's a sack a game pretty much. But then it drops off crazy. Thibodeau, 3.5 sacks. Buckner, 2.5 sacks. Dexter Lawrence, 2.5 sacks. That's our starting 4 right there. That's our starting 4. You figure the NFL has turned into a passing league. I would want these guys, especially our front 4, to be somewhere in the 5 range for each of them. Right? Burns is having a great season, 8 sacks. I'll take that. He can end up with double-digit sacks by the end of the season. But everybody else they're under big contracts, and they're not showing that they can get after the QB. McFadden has 2.5 sacks. Chapman, who's a role player, has 2 sacks. Your role player having the same amount of sacks as your 2 starting D tackles, not a good look. Shaq Barrett, 2 sacks. Thibodeau has 3.5. You know what I'm saying? Ojulari, we re-signed him, brought him back, 1.5 sacks. Clark has 1.5 sacks. Okereke with a sack. Turnover department, Drew Phillips has 2 picks. Isaiah Simmons with 2. Okereke, Starks, Adebo, and Everett, each with 1. Not getting turnovers. And again, I look at, the pressure being up front. We're not generating enough pressure. We're not forcing turnovers. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I think this team is a shutdown corner away from being a very scary team in this league. Drew Phillips is a great slot corner. Not going to scare too many people in man coverage. I think Dalen Everett, once he kind of figures out his role, I think this dude can be a problem. He's 6'1", 190, 90 speed. He's got 81 man coverage. Again, I think he's a good corner number 2. But I still think that corner number 1, we brought in Paulson Adebo to be that guy. And I don't think that he is that guy. He's a zone cover guy. I'm more of a man coverage corner, man coverage defense. 91 speed, 79 man coverage, 82 zone coverage. But as y'all saw last week when we took on the Patriots, Christian Watson had his way with our defense. And that's scary. So what do? Where do we go from there? I like our linebacker room. I think Bobby Okereke is doing great. You look at Michael McFadden, he's up. His contract is up this season. He's looking for big money. So is Damon Clark. Damon Clark wants insane money. We'll look at that here in a few minutes. But we got to kind of start looking at pieces and how we're going to kind of fit this defense to make it work. Kicking game, hey, man, big shout out to Graham Gano having a great season. 8 for 8 on field goals. He's perfect on extra points. He's got a log of 53. No complaints from me. Punting, Jamie Gilliam doing a good job. 22 punts for 900 yards. He's averaging about 41 yards per punt. Wish that was a little bit higher, but hey, we got 4 inside the 20. Return game, I'm proud of both of these guys. They're doing a great job. Jimmy Horn Jr., the rookie from Colorado, with 571 yards. Turpin, 538 yards. We're averaging 26 yards, 27 yards of return. Can't complain there. Punt return, Turpin only getting about 6 yards, 5 yards of return. We got to work on that a little bit, but, again, teams are kind of shying away from them on the punt game. So let's look at the numbers. Offensively, we have the top five. We're a top five scoring offense, averaging about 28 points, 29 points per game. Passing game, 155 yards. That is last in the NFL. Rushing game, we're averaging 204 yards per game. That's number one in the league. Defensively, we're trash. We're giving up 31 points per game. That puts us 31st in the league right now. Passing, we are giving up 272 yards. That's 31st in the league. But we have the best run defense in the league, only giving up 104 yards per game. That's number one. So, I'll take that. But at the same time, it's kind of like what I mentioned before. We need a lot of help in the secondary. Offensive line, only getting 155 yards through the air. Our offense needs help, especially on that offensive line. Passing wise, defensively, corners have to step up. Secondary has to step up. Defensive line has to step up. We can't be giving up 272 yards per game and expect to make the playoffs. So let's take a look at some players ready to negotiate right now. Micah McFadden, he wants a 2-year deal worth about $15 million. I like McFadden a lot. I think that we don't utilize him enough. Now that we've kind of figured out that Okereke is our every down linebacker, and we've been using Isaiah Simmons as a sub linebacker. Micah McFadden has come off the field, and I don't run a lot of base defense. He's our outside linebacker in our 4-3 defense. So looking at a 2-year deal for $15 million, I don't know if that's doable for us. I don't know if that's the right move. I'm going to think about that one. He's 25. He's still young. He fits our scheme. I just don't know. Then we've got Damon Clark. Now, we've traded for him from he was at Dallas. We brought him in. I love his speed. He is fast. But he wants a 4-year deal for $26.4 million to be a 73 overall outside linebacker who – he's shown flashes, 6'3", 240, 94 tackle, 90 speed, 89 acceleration with 81 hit power. Again, the problem is I don't run a lot of my base defense. So he doesn't see the field a lot. So to have an outside linebacker, 73 overall, wanting $24 million on a 4-year deal, a $26 million deal on a 4-year deal, I just don't know. I don't know because A, speed-wise, who are we going to find faster than that, right? But then B, it just I don't know if having that amount of money on the bench is worth it. Dane Belton, a strong safety, he wants to re-up. I like this deal. 2 years for $6 million. I think he might be our fastest free safety, our fastest strong safety. If I'm being honest with you, 4th year out of Iowa, 6'1", 205, 91 speed, 71 zone coverage, 92 acceleration. You're not going to find a lot of strong safeties with speed like that. Right now, he's 3rd on our depth chart. I think we can make this deal. Let's see what he says. Perfect offer. He's back. Okay, so we got Dane Belton back for next season. I'll take that. Caleb Farley, we picked him up in free agency. I needed a body. He's got 92 speed. Again, he's buried on our depth chart, so I probably won't bring him back. Daniel Bellinger, a tight end, 70 overall. I like him. 6'5", 253. He's kind of our fullback. I use him more as a fullback than a tight end. But 3 years, $15 million. I just don't see bringing him back. He's 3rd tight end on our depth chart. I don't see bringing him back. Same for Tyler Higbee. He's up there in age. He'll be 33 at the end of the season. He wants a 2-year deal for $14 million. I'll pass on that. Then we look at offensive line. Joshua Ezeudu, probably not. 64 overall. I can upgrade that in the draft. Jermaine Illuminor, 75 overall left, right tackle. I said it before. I think right tackle is going to be a position that we look to upgrade in the offseason, through the draft, somewhere. But I'm gonna wait for him probably at the end of the season because 1 year, 7.4, not bad. That's not a bad deal. I just don't know if I want to pull the trigger right now. Delshon Phillips, a backup outside linebacker. We could potentially lose both of our left outside linebackers this year in free agency. I don't know too much about Delshon. He's 6'2", 230, 7th year out of Illinois. 88 speed is not bad. 79 tackle is cool. He's got 84 hit power. He could be a solid backup. That could be a solid backup for us. Special teams guy. You know what I mean? 2-year deal for $5 million. He's not really interested in re-signing, though, so we'll wait. Our backup center, Austin Schlottman. I'll probably let him walk. Shaq Barrett, we brought him in to be a mentor. Probably won't bring him back. He'll be 33 this season. Aaron Stinney as a backup left guard. 1-year deal for 2.5 or about $3 million. Not bad. What's his numbers looking like, though? 71 run block, 72 pass block. Okay. I might, like, off-season wise, I might bring some of these guys back. Adrian Phillips, I'll probably let walk. He's just here for to be a mentor. Cornelius Lucas, I would love to bring him back, but he's 35, so I know he's probably going to retire at the end of the season. Same for Michael Schofield. Same for Shelby Harris, Julio. All these guys here are mentors. I brought them in to be mentors for young guys at that position. Deonte Banks is an interesting player. This is going to be an interesting decision for us. His 5th-year option is coming up. He has star development at 6'2", 205. My concern are the coverage traits. When his morale is up, 71 man coverage, 71 zone coverage. Yikes, right? Great speed, though. 94 speed, 97 acceleration, 96 jumping. The physical attributes are there. It's just the coverage ability, man. And I don't know. I might pick up his 5th-year option and see what he does next season, but man, like we're gonna have to develop his traits, bro. Like that pass coverage needs a lot of work. So that brings us into like our salary cap and looking ahead to next season. Right now, we've got $23 million in cap space. Going into next year, $13 million goes into rookie reserve and all that stuff. But we should have a nice cap number going into next season. When you look at 2026, our biggest contract right now is going to be Brian Burns. Stephon Diggs is due to make $28 million. I think we do trade him, especially since he'll be 22 or 32, excuse me. So Stephon Diggs could be on the trade block. He'll have 2 years left on his deal. $28 million is just a lot. Dexter Lawrence making 27. DeForest Buckner making 23 on his last year. That's going to be interesting, too, because he'll be 32. So we might look to ship him out, too. Just to get some of these, like, the older contracts off. That's what, $51 million right there that we could free up. Andrew Thomas is cool. Thibodeau will be fine. I do think we need one more pass rusher. Okereke making 12. And then we kind of just drop off after that. So, Diggs and Buckner could be on their way out at the end of the season. Yeah, I think that's the move. I think that's the move, especially with their ages. Yeah. So as I'm looking around, the league right now, just looking at right tackle, the Steelers are stacked at right tackle right now. They got Troy Fautunu at right tackle, and then they drafted Armand Membu this past offseason. So that means Troy might be somebody that we could target in like a trade. He's a 2nd-year player out of Washington. He's got 87 strength, 81 run, 80 pass block. I mean, as a young player, that's somebody that we could target, let him develop with this offensive line that we're trying to build. I'm not mad at that. Let me write his name down. So again, just looking at trade possibilities around the league, Denzel Ward is somebody I've had my eye on for a couple seasons now, right? He's got 3 years remaining on his contract. He's 28. He's making big money. Like next year, he'll be making $30.5 million, 27 after that. So we could get him for 2 years. He'll be 30 by the time he gets off his contract. The the Browns are in complete rebuild mode right now, right? He has superstar development, 5'11", great speed, great coverage ability. I wonder what we would have to give up to get him. But honestly, he would be the perfect fit at corner for us. Because he's a shutdown. I need a true shutdown corner, and that's what Denzel will be. And I think he would be that piece, right, to help our secondary out. We're very young on that back end, and he would come in and be a great mentor and just a great player for us. Yeah, I mean, looking at this team, Drew Phillips would be a great in the slot. Adebo, honestly, I feel like with Paulson, we could move him to like one of the safety positions, probably like a strong safety, because he's more of a zone cover, and he's got the 91 speed. He's a solid tackler too, so I think we could move him to like a strong safety, and that would allow me to move Tyler Nubin into more of a sub linebacker role. And then I still have like Dalen Everett, who's coming along solid. Drew in the slot. And if we add one more corner in the draft, I think our secondary, like our corners, will be straight. Malachi Starks is great at free safety. Nubin is just slow. That's my only concern. And he's more of a run support. So putting him in the box with a carry key, Simmons, I think those three guys would help out the run game a lot. So now we look at the draft, right? And we kind of started building this team slowly but surely through the draft. We got our quarterback last year. We got 2 running backs the past 2 seasons, 2 wide receivers. On the defensive side of the ball, we've gotten a corner. We've got our free safety, our strong safety. Now it's about building up in the trenches and maybe adding another corner. As we look at our big board, we got a left guard, Matt Curtis from Colorado. He's 6'4", 343, projected to go first round, second round. Let's just break it down by positions. Quarterback, there's a lot of quarterbacks projected to go first round. They've got 3 in the top 5, 5 in the first round, and then it just drops off after that. Thankfully, we're not in need of a quarterback. Cam Ward is our quarterback of the future. You look at these guys, it's nothing really jumping off the page for me. Austin Chamberlain might be the best one out of everybody. But then you look at somebody like Ashton Dotson from Florida State. He's got A, throw under pressure, A, break sack, A, throw on the run, but B, deep accuracy. In the running back room, we've got 1 running back projected to go in the first round. That's Gerald Walford from Louisville. At wide receiver, it's 3 guys projected to go first round. You got Lyle Barner from Texas A&M. He's 5'11", 205. You've got Malcolm Lucas, who I like a lot, from Alabama. He's 6'1", 202. He's got the playmaker, which is our archetype for a wide receiver. B, awareness, B, catching, C, catching traffic. But we don't know too much more after that. I added George Carnegie from Texas, 6'2", 225. Got the physical trait. Be an outside receiver for us. A, catching traffic is what kind of, made me go, hey. He's got F deep route running, though, which is okay because we really don't throw the ball deep. At tight end, if we're looking to add another tight end, Kevin McKenzie from Ohio State. He's 6'5", 256, projected to go second or third round. He's got B catching. He's got B medium route running. So I like that a lot. Teaming him up with Theo Johnson would be a lot of fun. And then down here in later rounds, we got Jeremy Eaton from Washington, 6'4", 241, another vertical threat. But we don't know too much about him except he has D run blocking. So, hopefully we can learn a little bit more about him throughout the process. Offensive line, don't need a left tackle. If we wanted to go depth, Isaiah Morrow from Arkansas A&M is here, day 3 guy. Again, no real information about him, but there is one guy who's projected to go first round. That's Damian Davenport from Oklahoma. He's 6'5", 322. I have guard listed as a need just because our guys are getting a little bit older. We got Matt Curtis from Colorado, as we talked about before, 6'4", 343. You've got Mitch Moran from Penn State. 6'4", 300. And then Nolan Darby from Ohio State, 6'3", 313. All three of these guys are somebody that I'm keeping an eye on, even though these make me nervous, man. The F pass block power, pass block finesse, run block finesse is an F for him. So Matt Curtis might be the best out of the group. But then you've got Ben Hayes down here with a pass block at 6'2", 313. I'm going to add him to the board just in case. Center is another position that I think we are looking at. Craig Dalvin from Wisconsin is the only one that's worth talking about. He is 6'4", 310, projected to go round 1 or 2. He has A, run block power, and C, run block finesse. And then J.C. Hayes from Utah has A, pass block, and D, run block power. So we're still not learning too much about offensive line. Pat Wilford at right guard, projected to go first round, 6'4", 335. And the only thing we know is he has D, run block. So that's a concern. But he has A, run block power. Okay. Right tackle, we all know, like I mentioned before, right tackle somewhere that we're looking to upgrade. 3 guys projected to go first round. Morgan Smith from Georgia, 6'4", 311. Ron Jenkins from Boise State, 6'6", 317. And then Lucas Sierra from West Virginia, 6'6", 312. And then one more, Rob Harrington. He's a fringe first, second round guy. He's 6'4", 316. I mean, Morgan Smith with the A, pass block finesse. And then you've got Lucas Sierra with D, run block power. And Rob Harrington has D, run block. That's not good, but he's got B, pass block. Down here, you got Darian Kidd, who has B, pass block power, or pass block, B, pass block power. Ron Jenkins has A, lead block. Morgan Smith has A, impact block. So Morgan Smith might be the guy. If we're able to get him kind of scouted out, he might be a good pickup for us. Defensive ends, I think we're good. I would like to add one more like young pass rusher. As you saw at left end, there's nobody projected to go first round. At right defensive end, you got Brent Drayton from Toledo, 6'1", 264. And then Nick Gallery from Louisville, 6'4", 257. They're projected to go first round. So is Brian McLeod from Iowa, 6'3", 280. Gallery and Drayton fit our scheme, but we don't know enough about them. They're both speed rushers too. D tackle, I think if we're looking to ship DeForest Buckner out at the end of the season with that big contract and age, we're definitely going to have to find somebody who can step into a spot. 3 guys projected to go first round. George Spillman from Georgia, 6'2", 308. You got Dante Harris from Ohio State, 6'6", 316. This is my kind of defensive tackle. This dude looks like he's going to be a hole plugger, pause. And then Matt Gore, 6'2", 306. All 3 run stoppers. We know that Matt Gore comes in with A, play rec, B, power move. And then we know that George Spillman has B, block shed, and C, power move. But we don't know enough about Deontay Harris. He has C, pursuit, and A, impact block. So Matt Gore looks interesting. And so does Spillman. But as you can see, they're kind of trending down a little bit there. Gore is trending up. Another player is Devin Seymour from FAU. He's 6'4", 309. He's trending up a little bit too. Projected to go 3rd or 4th round. He's got C, finesse move, but D, tackle. Okay. I mean, that's just another position we got to keep an eye on. Outside linebacker, if we wanted to move one of these guys to like defensive end to be a rusher, Denzel Henry, he's a speed rusher. So is Kyle Jensen. We got 2 power rushers down here. A lot of first round guys here. It's 5 first round guys. When you look at like their power move, finesse move, Jason Norris from Miami, 6'3", 270. He's got B, finesse. I like that, especially his size too, 6'3", 270. Power rusher. So if he's a power rush archetype and has a B, finesse move, this dude could be something special. Jason Norris could be something special. So we'll put him on the board. Then you come down here, Jalen Yancey from Lafayette. B finesse move with B block shed. Projected second or third round, 6'2", 247. We'll add him. Kareem Culliver, another guy from A&M. He's got B awareness. He was more of like a run stopper when he played at A&M, but we'll add him to the board. No need for middle linebacker. On the right side, Tevin Harold is a top 5 prospect from Florida State, speed rusher. We're not even going to try to look at him because we're not picking that high this year. Let's go through here. Hit power's an A for Clyde Blanton from Louisville. B power move, C finesse. Yeah, there's nothing really jumping off the page here for these guys. Corner is an interesting class. It's a very deep corner class, right? A lot of these guys are zone cover corners. I've added the man coverage guys to our board, most of them. We'll start here with Junior Wilkins from Southern Miss, 6'1", 189. Projected to go first or second round, man-to-man cover. He's got B zone. So, I mean, if B zone, that means, and he's a man-to-man cover, I'm hoping that his man coverage is somewhere as an A. He's got C block shed too, so that means he can tackle a little bit. Then you come down here, you've got Tyrese Stewart, 6'2", 185 from Oklahoma State. He's a slot corner with B man coverage, so that's a good look. And then B tackling as well. The other corners, you've got Mac Banfield from Fresno State, projected to go second or third round. He's 5'11", 196. D zone coverage, concerning, and D catching. So maybe not adding him to the board. You got Jarius Gallimore from Toledo, 5'10", 205, another man-to-man guy. He's got C zone coverage and D press. That's not going to get it done for us, so we'll probably take him off the board. Ben Cox is an interesting player. He's a slot corner, 5'11", 196. And he's got A-man coverage, A-man zone cover, or A-man coverage. And C catching. That's interesting. Then you got Morgan Saxton from Oregon State. He's got A catching, A block shedding as a corner. I'm going to add him to just to see. But he's trending downwards, though. He dropped 16 spots. Cox is moving up. I think Ben Cox could be an interesting player for us. If we're looking to go zone coverage, or if we're looking for another slot corner, go with Drew Phillips. Ben Cox could be that guy. Free safety, we got Malachi Starks. I don't need another free safety. We do need a strong safety, though. Our strong safeties for our defense is run support. So I think what I want to do is find a strong safety that's got strong zone coverage to replace our run support, like on passing down. So like on third downs, we bring him off the field. We put our stronger zone covered safety back there. Carl Briscoe, 6'2", 197 from Ole Miss. He's got zone coverage ability, but his man coverage is terrible. James Carmillo. There it is. James Carmillo from Colorado. He's 5'9", 216, top safety on this class. But he's trending down right now. B man coverage, B hit power. Okay. Jalen Rushing from Clemson, another run support. So 3 first-round guys there. So, I mean, again, I think corner is probably the best position in this draft. I'm interested to see what like the combine and all that stuff is going to look like, just to see how fast some of these guys are. I've got a lot of day 3 guys up here. And just depending on where our first round pick is this year, if we're picking somewhere in the middle, hopefully one of these tackles will fall to us. I think that's going to be an important position for us to target in the draft day 1. So let's take a look at the rest of our schedule, man. Coming out the bye week, we head out on the road for 2 games. We head to Green Bay to take on the Packers. Then we head out to Kansas City to take on the Chiefs. Back home in week 13 to take on the Vikings. Then on the road again, taking on the 49ers. we have 3 games back to back to back at home. We wrap up our regular season series with the Eagles in week 15. We take on the Chargers in week 16, the Saints in week 17, and we close out the season on the road versus the Cowboys. So a tough stretch in the second half of the season, man. Like, for us to be 5-4 right now, the Packers game is going to be tough. The Chiefs game, of course, is going to be tough because it's Mahomes. The Vikings game could be a W for us. The Niners is going to be a tough game. The Eagles are going to be looking for revenge because we beat them earlier in the season, 38-30. I think we could beat the Chargers. The Saints will be an interesting game, and then the Cowboys game is always going to be an interesting game. We lost to them 32-24 in week 4. So honestly, I think I said 7 wins this year. 7 wins is doable. Playoffs, I'm not too sure about, but if the chips fall right, could be interesting. So as we sim, they just released mock draft number 2, and they have us picking at number 20, and it'd be Rob Harrington, the right tackle. Yeah, but with that B pass block and D run block, I don't see him being a first round pick. So again, I think for us and this team, man, like the 2 big targets has to be right tackle and corner. We those have to be like our 2 targets in the draft or in free agency, whoever's available. But I think that's like must get by the end of the season or going into next season. So that's a wrap for our bye week. We are getting ready to head out on the road for week 11 to take on the 7-2 Green Bay Packers. Can we keep our win streak alive? I believe we're at 4 games now. Our team is rested. We've got our game plan now. Now we just got to go out and finish strong, and this is going to be tough because this is arguably one of the best offenses in the NFC. We are the number 1 rushing team. They are number 2. So this should be a fun one, man. But if you guys enjoyed this bye-week video and where I kind of thinking about this team is moving forward, make sure you smash that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're brand new. Don't forget to ring that bell. Join the Noti Squad. And check out all those links down in my description, man. Follow your boy on Facebook, Twitter, and IG, and come through and join the Discord, fam. And we'll talk from Lambeau Field when we take on the 7-2 Packers. Have a great day, guys. 2 fingers in the air. Peace.